Bachelor's room. So you followed me here, as you would have followed anyone.
Hello everyone. In 1992, acclaimed French director Jean-Jacques Annaud brought the world of cinema one of its most controversial and captivating films, The Lover, or L'Amant, adapted from Marguerite Duras' autobiographical novel of the same name. Set in southern Vietnam during the 1920s, under French colonial rule, the film is far more than a conventional romance. It tells the story of a deeply conflicted encounter between two very different worlds, a poor young French girl and the wealthy son of a Chinese family. Balanced delicately between genuine artistic expression and subjects once considered deeply taboo, The Lover explores themes such as age differences, class inequality, and racial barriers. So how did a film built around such controversial material become an acclaimed work of art, earning a César Award and an Academy Award nomination? Let's take a closer look at the artistic depth and hidden meanings behind this remarkable film. Before we talk about love, we have to talk about barriers. What makes The Lover truly taboo is not its intimate scenes, but the way Jean-Jacques Annaud recreates the social reality of French Indochina. Imagine a society where the color of your skin determined your place in the world. The young French girl is poor, yet she still occupies a higher social position than her wealthy Chinese lover, simply because of her race. That contradiction creates an invisible psychological burden. In many ways, both characters are outsiders within their own societies. The first taboo begins with who these two people are when they meet on that ferry. The girl belongs to the French colonial class, yet her family has fallen into poverty and is drowning in debt. The Chinese man, on the other hand, comes from immense wealth inherited from his powerful father. Yet, in the colonial hierarchy, his racial identity still places him beneath the ruling Europeans. The second major taboo the film explores is the relationship between money and emotional dependence. Throughout the story, the Chinese lover openly provides financial support to the girl's family and even helps pay their debts. From a conventional moral perspective, this could easily be interpreted as a transactional relationship. But Annaud deliberately presents it differently. For the young man, money is not simply a tool of control, it is the only language of affection he has ever been taught. Raised under the authority of a strict and controlling father, he has never learned another way to express love. From the very beginning, their relationship exists outside accepted social norms. It completely reverses conventional expectations. The man possesses wealth, yet lacks real social power. The girl holds the privilege granted by colonial society, yet lives in complete financial hardship. When these two worlds collide, hidden motivations naturally emerge. The girl's family quietly accepts the relationship because of the financial security it brings. Meanwhile, the young man sees her as an escape from the suffocating expectations imposed by his traditional family. Pay close attention to Tony Leung Ka-fai's performance. The way he looks at her goes beyond physical attraction. His eyes reveal admiration for something he himself has never possessed: freedom. When people talk about The Lover, they usually remember its intimate scenes first. But what makes those moments different is that they are presented almost entirely through the perspective of the young woman. They are not designed simply to satisfy the traditional male gaze. Instead, they reflect a young woman's first awareness of her own body, her growing sense of independence, and at the same time, her realization of how limited her choices truly are. Jean-Jacques Annaud approaches these scenes with remarkable restraint. Rather than turning the film into exploitation, he relies on light, framing, silence, and atmosphere. Many sequences contain almost no dialogue, only breathing, only lingering glances, only the humid, dreamlike atmosphere of old Saigon. This is perhaps the film's most sophisticated use of taboo. It encourages the audience to imagine far more than what is explicitly shown. Another important point is the character's age. Legally, actress Jane March was over 18 during production. However, the character she portrays is only 15.5 years old. This intentional ambiguity places viewers in an uncomfortable position. We recognize her maturity, yet we are constantly reminded of her youth. The film neither celebrates nor condemns this contradiction. It simply presents it as part of the complex reality experienced by its characters. Most stories about forbidden love end with tragedy. The Lover goes even further. Its emotional ending is not simply about separation. It is about realizing what life becomes after two people lose each other. One idea worth paying close attention to is what might be called the humiliation of civilization. Both characters understand that their relationship has no realistic future. When the young man attempts to welcome the girl into his world, he receives little more than quiet contempt from her family. The dinner scene is especially revealing. Her family accepts his generosity without hesitation, yet they continue to treat him with coldness and condescension. It becomes one of the film's clearest portrayals of prejudice disguised as social etiquette. At the same time, his own father refuses to accept a young French woman without wealth or social advantage as part of the family. Tradition, family duty, social expectations, together, they leave him with no choice but to enter an arranged marriage. His surrender to family pressure and her departure for Europe feel inevitable long before they actually happen. The image of the departing ship, while the young man silently watches from the harbor beside his familiar black automobile, remains one of the film's most unforgettable moments. This is the ultimate social barrier. Yet emotionally, the woman suddenly realizes, through a piece of music, that she had genuinely loved him. That may be the film's final taboo, the uncomfortable truth that we often recognize love only after it is gone. Watching The Lover today, I believe the film has lost none of its emotional weight, not because it is provocative, but because it refuses to simplify complicated human experiences. It invites us to ask difficult questions. Can intimacy ever be completely separated from power? Is youth always innocent? And are we truly willing to confront desires that society has long considered unacceptable? After this film, Jane March largely disappeared from major international cinema. Tony Leung Ka-fai continued to build an outstanding acting career. As for Jean-Jacques Annaud, he remains remembered as a filmmaker willing to explore subjects that many others preferred to avoid. So, what do you think about The Lover? Have you seen the film? Did it make you uncomfortable, or did it completely draw you into its world? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more in-depth analyses of controversial European films, let me know which titles you'd like me to cover next. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.